Gabriel Bortoleto is about to live the biggest challenge of his career, his debut in Formula One as a driver for Sauber. But in addition to the cold in his stomach and the expectation for the first GP, the Brazilian already faces an intense battle behind the scenes. The 2025 season will bring a real generational clash on the grid, and rookies don't want to be left behind. In an exclusive interview on the official F1 website, Bortoleto opened the game about his rivalry with other debutants, his relationship with Fernando Alonso, and the adaptation challenges in the most prestigious category of motoring. Since the days of karting, Bortoleto has become accustomed to taking on every curve against names who will now be at his side, and of course as direct opponents in the sports elite. Oliver Bearman, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Jack Doohan and Isaac Hadjar are names who also come hungry for results. And the Brazilian knows that every detail can make a difference. We've been running against each other since we were 10 years old, he revealed. Ollie Bearman is the closest to me, while Kimi Antonelli is a very nice guy. Jack Doohan has always been one category ahead, so we haven't had much contact, but we've always talked. Isaac Hadjar then was my direct rival in F2 until the last race in Abu Dhabi. Despite recognizing the rivalry, Bortoleto makes a point of highlighting the respect and admiration he has for his competitors. However, he doesn't hide the excitement of being part of this new generation that can change the landscape of Formula One. I'm excited to see all of us on the grid. It's a big renewal of the category. But to get well prepared for the first challenge of the season in the GP of Australia, the Brazilian is focused on the internal work of Sauber. The process of adaptation has been intense. I'm in the factory 2 or 3 times a week, working on the simulator, learning from the engineers and understanding the dynamics of the team. I want to be as prepared as possible so that when the season starts, I feel like I've been on this team for years. If entry into Formula One represents a dream come true, the path to here has been full of obstacles. In 2022, the future of the Brazilian seemed uncertain, with no guarantees that he would get a spot in F3. It was at this moment that a name of weight appeared to change the fate of the young talent, Fernando Alonso. The 2-time world champion and current driver of Aston Martin became manager of Bortoleto and opened doors that seemed closed. At the time, it was just me and my dad trying to find a place. We didn't know how hard it was to get a spot. We thought, oh, it's still July, we have time. But then we realized that the main teams were already full, and that's when my father met Fernando. The meeting with Alonso was the watershed in the career of the Brazilian. The influence of the Spaniard was crucial to ensure Bortoleto's entry into Trident, a team for which he won the F3 title before moving on to F2. Now in F1, the partnership continues, but in a different way. Alonso, besides being a mentor and entrepreneur, will also be an opponent on the tracks. We have a very good relationship. Whenever we talk, the focus is on running. During F3 and F2, he helped me a lot, always willing to give advice. I'm very grateful to him for everything he did and does for me. Bortoleto knows that having the name of Fernando Alonso behind his career imposes respect in the paddock, but also increases expectations. When you have Fernando Alonso as your mentor, people look at you differently. That brings more responsibility, but also a great motivation. Now, the big question is, will the Brazilian be able to turn this influence into concrete results on the track? And you, what do you think? Can Bortoleto be the next big star of Formula One? Leave your comment and subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss any news of the season.